Alright guys, so you're going to get this. Once you start getting big and powerful, Bulgaria is going to approach you. You get more political power. Yugoslavia is going to want a fighter competition. This is going to give you some more air experience, but it gives Yugoslavia some of your fighters. So I always say we can't risk anything because it always comes down to us fighting Yugoslavia. Bulgaria is going to want to come into your Axis faction. That is how historically it goes. They're going to help you attack different things, so you can allow them into your faction if you want. Now with that, it's going to give you even more political power. So you can see up here, you have a war industrialist. This is going to upgrade your military factory speed by another 10%. So you definitely want this, man. Your tank designer, you have a heavy tank designer right here. It adds armor and heart attacks to your tanks. So we want that. And that'll take up the majority of your stuff. Once that's done, we're just still waiting on our treaty with USSR. So once that's finished, we'll get you back. Okay, so our treaty is finished now with the USSR. So you click OK, you're going to get this. The treaty will be the stepping stone to the future. That is exactly what we want. And your troops will deploy right behind it, which gives you right there 1 million in the field. So now you can basically start your war. So you can click on your war here. You can grab your troops. You can place them all over here. You have free military factories. So once again, you want to kind of see where your equipment is. You can see your equipment. You're hurting over here. So come back over to your production. We can add these in here. That way we can up our infantry equipment. We're going to have to do the same with our towered artillery and the same with our support equipment. So once you do that, you'll see it's a little negative now, but in our construction we are producing a lot of military factories. So all of that is looking very nicely. So we can check on our army here. We are almost trained up. We almost do not have any more greens. So once this army gets done training, we're going to get our front line set up to attack Poland. Now most of your other stuff has finished researching. You've given it enough time. Now you're down under the 200-day mark on most of these, but this is the big part. Whenever you go ahead and do the treaty with the USSR, it gives you a 2-year bonus to your tanks. So you turned a 400-day into a 70-day research time. You want this. You want this more than anything else you want in this game. These tanks are your bread and butter as Germany. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to come over here to production, and you want more production. You definitely want production. You want to produce more tanks. You want to produce more guns. That is where you really start taking off as Germany. So we got the Daisy War going. We'll see you back once that is finished. Okay, so your war is now ready. So you can see Poland refuses us, then war it is. So you have it right here. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and start demanding other areas. That way, whenever we're going to take Poland and we're going to go ahead and take these simultaneously, first thing you want to do is take your troops off of training. Now, whenever you go to war with Poland, you're going to war with France. So these extra units that you have produced over here and made, we're going to take these and we are going to click on frontline, but we're going to make a different kind of frontline this time. We're going to hold down shift and left click. All right, when you do that, the entire border of that nation is taken. And you can see that, oh, we got our war goal. They're automatically gonna move down here. And you can see sneaky little France, well, they had troops there. So while that's going on, we're gonna take our big army, same thing, front line, do this. And we're adding them onto here. Now, you can see we own this one little area up here. So let me show you how we're gonna go about this. We're gonna grab one army, click on front line, and once again, shift, left click. Now, it's going to say no divisions because you added them all here. The way to get around that is to now control, left click, it adds that division up here. Now they will all automatically move to those areas. So what we need to do now is to make some battle plans. So we're going to take the big army right here. We're going to click on offensive line, and we want them to push straight across. We want all that to get up here. Now, since we put another army in a different area, we're going to take these guys and we're going to try to push down and cut them off this way. That way we have an army pushing down and an army pushing across, and we shouldn't have any problems out of them. a bunch of your other stuff has started finishing. That's fine. We're going to next go over here to your concentrated industry. That way your industry produces more. Go up here, and you can see we're waiting on the planning to get done. Now, in this time, we are going to take all of our aircraft and we're going to focus them all on Poland and make sure all of them are clicked on, because we want to take this as fast and as easy as possible. So now we got our troops up here. We're just going to wait for them to prepare, and you can see we got max preparation. So we are ready. The war is ready. We have our troops over here on our line with France. So we're going to go ahead and click activate on both of them, because we had that spare one up here. So you can see both lines are activated. We're going to click off of these guys, right click on Poland, and you can see we now have the declare war option. So we are going to declare war. We're going to call all of our allies. Anybody that wants to help is more than happy to, and we're going to send. And you can see now we are at war. We're going to click OK, and let's see how this goes. We've got all of our lines made up. We've got all of our forces in here. We're going to unpause. And see, we have, now they're going to start making factions. So you can see that they started making their factions, and that is perfectly okay. And you can see we're just going to start taking them right out. Nice and easy, because we prepared for it. We had the equipment for it. Everything was ready for this war. So we'll watch. Their capital is right here. We got Warsaw up here. All right, we're taking all their different towns around here. Everything's going very, very smoothly. And you see we've already finished up all this up here. These army groups will automatically come back down here to resupply these guys and reinforce them. You just always want to check, make sure they don't try to. The French, man, you always got to watch them. But typically, I will say typically, whenever you put any forces over here, they will not try to push over. So you can see while we're waiting on our battle here, the Slovenia and Yugoslavia, they will start. This will start finishing. Everything there is looking very, very nicely. So what we can do is go ahead and we can go around the line. So that's this right here. You're not going to push over this. Just typically, you're not going to push over this. You're going to have to go around up here. So we're going to go ahead and go here. It's only a 28-day focus. That's perfectly fine. You can see we're still just pushing straight through with no problems. We can click an individual unit. It'll just take them out. All these guys come back down here, reinforce. And we're about to take their capital, and their capital is ours. And it's going to move over here, and it's okay. Winter hit. We are still perfectly fine. Let's check on our Air Force. You can see our Air Force is concentrating on the wrong areas because we now moved over. So let's move them over to help, and we took it. So that it was that easy. We just had to move our Air Force over. So very easy, very simple. So now we have all of these done. We do not want to start working on any of those because we have to get to France. So next, we don't really want to mess with the Soviets too much right now. So we're going to come over here and we can start messing with some of our other skills or our focuses in our tree. Right now, we're mainly focused on France. We have to take France out. So we know that we are going to need a lot of oil, a lot of rubber, a lot of different things. So we have more troops we can add to the line down here. We're going to take our entire army and we're going to put them up here. We had a couple of different researches done. We're going to continue to research all of our army. Our mobile warfare doctrine, our land doctrines are very important. You're going to keep researching those. We're going to keep on researching our constructions. You can see that we are negative now with Portugal, and Portugal's having a lot of trouble getting stuff to us because France is in the way. So we can call on our buddies, the United States. You see, they don't want to do it, so you can try the Soviets. Now we share a border with the Soviets, so it's easier for them to get us our materials. So the Soviets agreed. Now we have all of this up here. We want to take all of these as quickly and painlessly as possible. So the goal with this is we need to get to Paris, but we have to get to Paris before London reinforces. So this is where all those subs that we've been making are all going to come into play. So over here on the right side, just like you have your Air Force that we've been using, click on your ships. Click on your commander, select all, and move him into a port. Same thing, click your other commander, select all, move him into a port. Now you have all your reserves, move them all into a port. So all your commanders are going to come over into one port. So now you're all here. Click on your port. There's a little thing up here that says merge the selected task force. Merge them. It moves them all into one. Now your one commander has control of your entire navy. Now we went very heavy on submarines. This guy right here has a plus 20% attack with submarines. So we're going to use him. Now what we want to do is we want to do convoy raiding, okay? And we're gonna do the English Channel. We do not want them coming into our channel. These are the main two that we want. Now, once we take these, our goal is to take these with no problems and before they come in. So we're gonna click here. We're gonna draw us another line, another offensive line. We're gonna hit go. All right. Now we can right click it and we can declare war on these guys. So right click it, declare war, call allies, go. Now, as soon as we unpause, they should automatically start attacking here. And they do. And you see how they automatically joined the UK? But if you did it just right, you took everything, they're done, they had no chance. So you can see we're stockpiling a lot of other stuff. We're stockpiling all their guns. Now, this next part is very, very, very important. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make your next front line against Belgium down here. But the problem with Belgium is that they border France. So as soon as you go to war here, they're going to join, and London has a very, very easy pathway over. A very short, very easy pathway. Now, if the UK gets over, it gets a lot harder to win this. So what we're gonna do to try to make this easier, this is where your Air Force is gonna come into big play with. So highlight your entire Air Force and then hold your air wings. Now we're gonna take them and let's bring them all to a single airport and unlock it. There you go. Now you can see you have 900 in this airport. Now, we have planes that are in reserve, so we can add a new air wing. So all these airplanes we've been making this whole time, we're going to bring them out, and we're going to put them all right here, because we're about to bring the might of the German army down on everybody. So just like you did for your submarines, you're going to go ahead and merge. And you can see right here, they've all merged. It's a lot cleaner, a lot easier to manage. So your transport planes, you don't need these transport planes. Let's just go ahead and move these out of the way. All right, so you can see, there you go. Now, you've got fighters, bombers, naval bombers, and close air support. Now your naval bombers, you want to get them over here. Okay. Now you got 72 of them. That's a pretty big group. Let's knock it down to about 18 per group. Take them, and we're going to get them to hold the channel. All right. And we've got them naval bombing all the different ports over here. So next you can see that you have your fighters. So go ahead and bring your fighters. If we can bring them down. Where's your next closest airport? All right, we're gonna leave our fighters here. Now, you can see our tactical bombers have a pretty big range. Our airport can only hold 600. So we can move our bombers back some, and they're gonna have plenty of range to be able to bomb all the stuff that we want. Now with this one, we have close air supports. We're gonna move them one step closer. Now, all of your wings look fine. You've got plenty of aircraft in all of them. Now we just need to set up what's going to go down. So, once again, 200, that's a lot. Let's divide these babies out into about 35 apiece. And how you do that right there is to split the air wings in two. You just keep dividing them out. And we're going to click here. And we're going to give, and they are on it already. So, you got close air support. Everything's looking very nice. Same thing, we got 400. Divide these bad boys out. We got about 20. That's fine. They're going to give us our air superiority over this area. Next, you have your bombers. We have 600 bombers. All right, same thing. Divide them out, and we're going to bomb this area up here. Actually, we're going to put our bombers on the channel. That way, any ships that are trying to come across, our bombers can hit them, take them out, and we're not going to have any problems out of. So now that we have that, you can see once you unpause it, you go green, because now you have air superiority, and it's going to be that much tougher for them to get across that channel and interfere with everything that we got going on. So next, you have your logistics. You can see our logistics have been working hard. We've got 95,000 guns, we got 6,000 artillery, and we have over 1,000 support equipment. So let's go ahead and click on our guys. Let's look again. You can see we need 1,200 support equipment. So we're just about there. We're just about there to be able to give it to them, but not just yet. What else? So next we want to, you have these command powers up here. So you can see on your field marshal's portrait up here in the top left, there's a plus that is blinking. Click it. Now these are your commander's traits. Click on some traits that you want. I want them to be very aggressive soldiers. My tanks, entrenchment speed, we're not really going to be entrenching nowhere. I want a improved, infantry expert. Yep, want that on both of those. Same thing with him, because that's an infantry division attack, another plus 10. And same thing right here, fortress buster, attack, fuss 15%. We definitely want that. So there's going to be a little trick to this one right here. So first off, we have a navy now. We want convoy rating going up plus 20%. Yep, we want that going up. So now we're good. Now you have both your air, you have both your navy, you have all your offense, and you have all your heavy tank designers. Everything is looking very, very, very nice. So you have your front line made. We're going to make an offensive line right across here. Okay, and the same thing, we're going to right click, we're going to hit activate, we're going to declare war, call allies, go, and we're going to start. And you can see we immediately turn green and Belgium joined the allies. Now when that happens, you are going to get Italy as a faction, so you can invite Italy into your faction. Now the next big thing with that is, since they joined the allies, now you are automatically at war with Paris, and you have a line connecting Paris, because Belgium and Paris connect. So you can delete that one, and the way you do it is go over here, delete order, and you'll get a little thing to be able to click on it and delete it. Now redraw your offensive line, and I like to redraw it to about right down here. And now you have to go back down here and reactivate it, and now your arrows are moving. So Italy has accepted. We have war support. They want to start a land lease with us. Now go to the we are at war, call everybody in, but you can see we are running out of fuel. Click on your trade tab, go here. Stalin is on a border next to us. I put about 5 factories on that, and you can see our oil starts going up, and I want these guys to move as fast as they can. So I go ahead and click on here, and I put them on aggressive, and then we go ahead and attack. And as you can see, we're doing very, very, very well. Okay, so we're pushing across. You can see we have basically no resistance. We're holding them off in the channel. You can see we're still green. We're a little yellow right here, but that is just fine. All right, and you can see Belgium is done. So now with Belgium being finished, we want to take our air supports and we want to refocus them all down here, because our next line is we're trying to get to Paris. We need to get to Paris. So you can see we're completely green. We're moving across very, very nicely. We're holding the British back. As you can see, there's not any British forming up with the French right here. So all you gotta do is just keep on pushing across. You can always pause it in between. Come back up here. We definitely want, because now we got extra oil coming in. Now we want to do extra rubber as well. We finished up those, and you see we had that one rating right there. So we get fuel gains plus 50%, and it only takes 13 days. That is very, very nice. So as you can see, we're still pushing across very, very easily. Not much resistance at all. We're going to go ahead. We need rubber. Let's look at our resources. We're a little behind on that. Not too bad, but we'll go ahead and fix those. Unpause it, and you can see we're pushing across very, very, very nicely. And we're just going to keep on letting them push. It's making it very, very easy. And we are right on Paris. Let's go ahead and pause it. We want more construction. We got more fuel gain. We definitely want that. And we're 1 tile away from Paris. Paris has now turned green. All right, we have taken Paris and all of France. Also, you should get the achievement unlocked here, True Blitzkrieg. Now, you have a couple decisions once you take Paris. I personally like to establish Vichy France. I do not like messing with any of the stuff down south. And Vichy France, they produce troops. They'll help you out. So I establish Vichy France, and you can see they are right there. I say okay. It's the fall of Paris. You can see we get a lot of different resources from France. Now we focus on defending our borders. So we got more troops that are ready to come out. We need to take, the reason we made a second army group over here is we are going to start giving them equipment. Now, there's this thing right here called area defense. We're going to take area defense and we are going to defend all of our borders, because now the UK and all of their allies have a direct line to be able to invade us, and we do not want that. Now, we don't need to do victory points, we don't need to do air bases, we don't need to do forts. We just want to keep them off of our coastline, so just keep the naval bases and coastline. So with that, we're going to start taking out these little ones right around here. So you can see Luxembourg. We can just take this. We can click there. We'll get all of our troops. Oop, Rudolf Hess has died. The question of Yugoslavia, our patience is running thin with them, and we've almost got Yugoslavia pushed down. So you can see we have plenty of troops that are around this little nation. We're going to go ahead and declare war, call it allies, click on this, click in there, they joined, and they're done. So now your Germany is looking very, 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 very nice. So you have all this. You established Vichy France. Italy is yours. And we're fixing to start taking Yugoslavia. You just have to watch out for the UK. So let's look back at our equipment. So you see our equipment's looking very, very nicely. Our infantry equipment, we are running a little low on infantry equipment. So let's go ahead and add a second row down here to our equipment. Now, you have finished your tanks. So now you can click, once you go to your production, go down to your medium tanks, click them, or I'm sorry, your light tanks, click them and click them to medium. You want medium tanks. Now, you immediately want to click on 5 and give a full line to it. Now, I go ahead and I fill it up because tanks are going to be very, 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 very important. You need them. Our goal is to fill it completely up. You can start out with 1. You can do however you like, but just keep an eye on your logistics. You can see right now our balance is not good. We're producing negative 415 weapons, so we definitely need more weapons. Rudolf Hess has unfortunately died, but that is okay. We can add, where is he at? Where's Himmler? There he is. I like to add Himmler in because I can give him field control. And once I give him field control, we can start recruiting SS forces. So now our big thing is to get over here to the UK. So with this, you can see navally in the channel is very hard to own. So I usually take off rating now that we're here, and I usually put everything here to see if we can get it, which it's yellow. And see, their navy has pretty much destroyed all of ours. They had the big superior navy. At the beginning of the game, they can dictate who does what with the navy. So we obviously need to wait for our navy to be able to build back up for that. But it's okay, because in the time, once this is finished, we can actually start going around and going up a different way. So our synthetic rubber will be finished here in a second. We can go ahead and produce new weapons for our troops. All right, our synthetic rubber is done. So let's go ahead and do this one, and we can take Denmark and Norway. As these other troops come out, you can assign them to your defense. Now your defense goes up to 72. They can actually hold up to 72. So you can see they'll automatically go and start defending the areas that you have them on. That way you don't have to worry about them. And these are good little basic templates, and you can pull from them later on if you need them. So with this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take these guys. We're gonna put them up here because it's not gonna take us very long at all to finish this. It's only 28 days. We will go ahead and we will take one of the we'll take one of them. Once they get up here, we'll get our war goal. All right, we have our war goal. We can also take out Switzerland next. So now that we have our war goal, we'll take him, create us a front line, and we'll create it all the way across, hit go, and this one should crumble just as fast as the others. And unpause it, and you can see they start immediately pushing across. All right, so we'll let them do that. Let's go back to our air. We're no longer using these over here, so we can do that. We're no longer using these here, so you can hold these, and you can see your fuel is going to automatically start shooting up. So in that time, you can see that you have just about taken all of this one, and they are done. All right, so now you can pause it. So let's look. You can see we're stacking up a bunch of equipment, which is great. So let's go back and check. Yes, we are green on everything. So let's add these guys into our army. Same thing. Let's see if we can do a second one. We can. So let's go ahead and add those in. And a third one. We can make a third one. And fourth one. We can make a fourth one. So now all of our army are in the divisions that you can see the skulls on, which is our 7-2 template. All right, we've got those finished. Let's go ahead and upgrade our guns and continue to upgrade our industry. Now we have finished those. Let's go ahead. We want to continue down our land doctrine for sure. We now have, we can justify a war goal in 35 days against these guys. So we can go ahead, and it's just a little bridge right here. But while we're doing that, let's see if how we look on our convoys. Because as soon as we can get superiority in this sea, we are going to take out London. All we're waiting on is our superiority. So you can see right here, we've only got about 21%. So we're going to hold off, let our ships get repaired, get ready. We're going to go ahead and come down here. We're going to make more submarines. And we have taken over a new area. So we can click on this guy, area defense, and we want him to defend those areas with his troops. And you can see logistically, we are very, very, very nice. All right, we are justifying against these guys, and our justification is complete. So once again, before we start anything, we're going to pause it. We have our front line, which is right here. We're going to make our offensive line, which is up here. We're going to go ahead and click go on those. Right click it, declare war, call allies, and go. And why they didn't go, I don't know. Oh, we have a pause. There we go. Now we're unpaused. And you can see the days are running down. So these guys are going to need a little bit of help here to break them up. And that's fine. Let's go ahead and move all of these over here. And we can click on this area up here. And the same thing with these guys. Move them over here and click up here. Now let's see how our army's doing. Yeah, they're still having trouble getting across. So you can see, turns green. We got all our air over here. And we are across. And our army is going to go very, very fast because we got them on aggressive and we want them to move very fast across that. So we can go ahead and we're going to click that one next. You can see they still can't invade us over here. So we're looking very nice. And your army will move across very easily. And we're going to continue to upgrade our weapons. And now we can produce our weapons. So since we got better weapons coming to your production, click on that and you can see you have new weapons to produce. Now we have finished up everything. Let's create more military factories. That is going to be the key to our success, is we need more military factories. So we'll get those fighting there. Take all these guys, once again, put them to defend our borders and they automatically move for us. Very nice, very easy. And you can see these guys are just going to move straight across, nice and smooth, not much resistance because of the way that we built all of our stuff. And now Bulgaria wants to join us. Now Bulgaria is in our faction. And as you can see, Germany is only getting bigger. And like I said, they're just getting overrun one after another. That's why this is the importance of your blitzkrieg. This is what it does. So Sweden's gone. Next, you already have a war goal. So go ahead and click here, get you a front line, get you an offensive line. Actually, I think their second line comes right up here. So I think you need to put up here. There you go. Let them get completely set up. All right, now all your troops are set up. So, you got a new tank. Go ahead and set that one. All these are looking very nice. All right, so now we're gonna go back on our support companies. I'll always start with logistics. Logistics always seem to help me out the most. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click go. Right click, call allies, and start. And they joined the allies, but we should be able to take them out before anything happens. So while this other one finished, that is perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and start going down here, adding infrastructure and military factories. So we'll go ahead and go here. And as you can see, they are eating them up. They really have no resistance. And yeah, see the second one goes right there, which is perfectly fine. Our guys are able to just move straight across. You can see a little bit of British resistance has shown up, but if you set everything up correctly, they just really don't stand a chance. They're just kind of sacrificing troops to us at this point. And Norway is gone. So, you can see the Brits are trying to do a little something here, but we're just going to walk across them. There you go. Easy. So, when you look at Germany, you can see we have grown a lot here.